Wow, hi guys. I guess I did not turn off our YouTube channel. How are you today? It's me, Alex, and we're gonna start our live today just in few minutes because I know that most of you need to connect to our broadcast and we have it on YouTube or on the Facebook. You, of course, can rewatch it after it's done, and hopefully today I can see some questions because we're going to be talking about a lots of details. Hi, Crystal. How are you? My number one star. Guys, please tell me who is watching so I can kind of interact with you. Before we're gonna go to discussing today's topics, I want to say that I'm very, very proud of my dispatch students in this class. We have actually 40 students, and I know they have been stressed out on Saturday. It was very intense class, but you guys doing great. I just want you to know, I did not send you the homework. I will do it tonight because I wanted you to just concentrate on few things first before you guys gonna get all overwhelmed. Alia's watching. Hi, Alia. Hi, Olga. Hi, King Silvas. So, what's new going on? First, I want to tell you guys, hopefully my camera, let me just adjust my camera. It is bright outside. I have the window, so sometimes it's just sun is very strong because I have sunsets. Well, let's talk about what's going on with load boards for that. Since you guys know that we partner up with them, you guys can receive the free 30 days. Starting November 1st, they already tell us that they are increasing the prices. So professional level used to be $149. It's going to go to $179. The one which used to be $99 is going to $129. The Tracker's Edge is gonna stay the same, $39.99, but it's not many tools there. So I mean, if you want to be professional dispatcher, I mean, you have to have that 179 subscription. When I ask them why is it going on, they are promising us that we're gonna get way more tools. And by the tools, it means that data is gonna be more detailed, the searches is gonna be improved. So actually I'm very excited. For $20, $30 difference a month, this is not a big deal for professional dispatchers. So make sure. I have a lot of questions and people asking me again, if you are independent dispatch service or you want to be independent dispatcher, you cannot just click on our links. You need to call them and verify that they're gonna give you subscription. So you can give our code 20174-75. They're gonna ask you, who are you associating with? And you can tell that you got the code from Dispatch Training Center because they made us a partner. So they believe that we are not just giving code to anyone. And that's how they're going to verify you guys. So are we clear on this? Hopefully we are. What else is going on? Because we're going to start in few minutes. Let's see who else is joining us. And I really want you to ask me questions today if you are going to be lost in some terminology or maybe the things you need to do. But before that, we would like to share the exciting news with you because we are adding membership for our YouTube. As many of you know, that I do love to make lives. I really like to share information, but I want to make sure that people who I am wasting my energy on and people who really gonna benefit are professional people. So that's why maybe one or two Monday lives are gonna be for everybody, but then it's gonna be for members only. And guys, basic membership is $3.99 a month. And the money which we're going to be generating, we actually decide to get the nonprofit organization. And I'm still debating on the name. I think that education, empowering through education, ETE, I am still debating because the money is going to be raised on memberships, the money is going to be raised on mentoring, it's going to go back to community. Because as I told you guys, I would like to help people who cannot afford my trainings. I would like to help people who are struggling at the moment. And it doesn't matter which country you are joining us from. Also, we're gonna be adding another source when you guys contribute $2-3. And again, all that money is gonna be for empowering people through education. Because as many of you know, I do believe that first you need to have a good knowledge to succeed in the future. So this is the things going on. Let's see that you guys I updated, I was bored one night and I updated all the colors. I decided to go with green. It's a bold color. It's actually money, color of money, right? Red, this is a power because all my girls are powerful. Hopefully you like my new design. Took me 2 hours. And hopefully we're gonna have the brand now. So everything's gonna be bright green, bold colors, because to succeed, you have to be direct, you have to be powerful, and you have to stand out from the crowd. So that's personal preference for me, and hopefully you guys like it. What else going on? As a reminder, IFTA and trucking safety. This will be the last classes for this year, 2021. So if you still debating, make sure you sign up. We're starting with IFTA on October 10th, and we continue with safety management, the 4 classes. That's what's going to happen in October. We moved our October dispatch class earlier. So we're going to start October 17th. Why did we do that? Because we have so many requests, and the class filling out so fast, people did not want to wait an extra 2 weeks. So I rearranged my schedule. We're starting earlier. We're gonna be finished, and we can finish the year strong. And of course, our November class still on the same dates. And how to open company is coming up on November 13th. So guys, let's start. What are we going to be discussing today? Hi, stars. Thank you for watching. Hello, everybody. Hello. Please make sure you ask me questions. And hopefully, I have lots of my students from previous classes and October class and future November class and also September class watching. Why is it important to go over today's topic? Well, because guys, as a dispatcher, this is gonna be your first requirement. I say it's going to be description of your job to make sure that you not only post the truck, not only you negotiate the loads, not only you know how to set up with brokers, but you need to verify all the information. And you need to make sure that you catch any mistakes. So first, let's go again from some terminology, right? So what is the rate confirmation? Well, the rate confirmation is an agreement. An agreement between whom? Between freight broker and carrier, right? And it's a legal agreement. It's a contract. It's not just a piece of paper, guys. This is a contract for moving freight from A to B. Freight broker must to provide all the details before you're gonna go and pick up this load. You as a dispatcher, make sure that you have to verify all the information. So let's see. Wow, thank you, Star. You're a new member. Thank you, because to rewatch this video, it's gonna be from members only. And actually, I think that I'm gonna start doing the lives every day when I negotiate. So you guys are going to see lots of me 10, 15 minutes a day for members only, my negotiation. Thank you for believing in us. So again, rate confirmation. Let's go back to what is a broker carrier agreement? Because if you did not take my class, or maybe if you need a refresher, you have to understand the broker carrier agreement, let's say between Coyote and Alex Transportation, this is an agreement for doing business from day we sign till we go out of the business, or maybe they stop working with us. So broker carrier agreement, it's also the contract, which has a lot of pages, and you as a dispatcher, you will need to know how to fill them out, what to sign, what to agree to, right? In my classes, we practice that all the time. So that is done once. When you do it the first time, we already know that we call it what, girls? How do we call the broker carrier agreement? The first time we fill it out, most of my students already know, initial agreement between Coyote and Alex Transportation to do any freight movement from A to B. And then as a dispatcher, you take in 10 loads from Coyote, 20 loads, maybe one load. An agreement for moving freight from A to B, for let's say for today, delivery tomorrow. This is contract exactly for this load movement, right? So that's what we call rate confirmation. And in trucking, guys, we do not have time. So what do they call it? RC, rate confirmation, load tender, freight movement, right? BOL, freight shipment. So what is this? This is the same. This is synonymous for same meaning, rate confirmation. Okay, let's continue. So you gonna do the steps first. You're gonna call the broker on a posted loads. And today we're not discussing what steps you have to do before you call, right? We're not gonna be discussing the questions you need to ask. Let's say you already know the questions, because in my class we go into this very thoroughly and we repeat them all the time. Questions always gonna be the same. As an example, calling about posted load from Boston, Massachusetts, going to Newark, New Jersey, right? For today, for tomorrow, for Friday. For what? What type of equipment? For drive-in, for reefer, for flatbed, right? Asking the details. What is the commodity? How heavy? What time is the pickup? When is the delivery? When you get over that and transit makes sense, then you start negotiating. Of course, you have to do the steps, right? Quick rate search, market trade lines, and we practice that in the class all the time. Okay, you negotiated. Broker said, okay, Alex Transportation, we agreed to $1,500. I am sending you the rate confirmation. Make sure you sign. Assign the driver. Let me know who the driver is, what truck, what trailer number. So, what is your step? First, make sure you verify that they have your correct email on file. So before you hang up, before they hang up on you, tell them, hey, Mike, can you verify if you have correct email on file? Why is this important? Because guys, maybe you are second dispatcher. Maybe the owner of the company, when he got set up with Coyote a long time ago, he put his personal email. And now you guys have finally business email, right? Makes sense. We're professional people. We're in professional trucking industry. So let's say Star is asking, well, can you verify that it is startransportation@gmail.com or startransportation.net.com, whatever email you have? And they're going to say, yes, well, that's correct. Sometimes they're going to say, no, that's not email we have on the file. Would you like to update this email? And that's a moment when you guys can update your information. Also, they're going to verify what is the best number to reach you back. right? So you should give whose number. If you dispatcher, probably should be your number. And then they're going to ask you who is going to be responsible after hours. If you have after hours, then you're going to tell that number, let's say owner of the company, or you're going to say, you know what, we do email only after hours. Why? Because girls, guys, you don't want them to call you 24/7. All of us, we have phones with us, right? It's easy just to respond with email. You don't want them to keep calling you a million times. Okay, that's done. You verify the email, you verify the phone number. What is the next step? You're receiving the rate confirmation. And now you need to verify all details. And we're going to go through each step. And please make guys notes. After we're going to verify, we're going to sign and send it back and dispatch the driver. So let's go through our list, right? So let's see. First, before we're going to go, who is going to get a copy of rate confirmation? And here I have a big fights all the time. We have drivers who are owner operators, right? And most of the time, I teach my dispatchers, I teach owners of the new companies to do an honest business. If you guys have owner operator who has his own truck, he might be even leasing trailer from you, but he's an owner operator, independent contractor with his equipment, and you paying him by percentage from, let's say, from gross, you charging him 12% per dispatch and whatever, and then insurance cost, if the everything else you charge him, we're not gonna go through this. He has 100% rights to receive the full rate confirmation. And I do not care which state you're in, I do not care which nationality you are, but if you're not forwarding rate confirmation directly to the owner operator, you're not doing an honest business. That means that you're stealing money from him. Don't tell me that it is your policy, because he's an owner operator. He has all the rights to see the full rate confirmation. Here is a little trick. Maybe most of them are going to say, well, we don't want drivers to get upset and call broker and know their number. Well, this can be something you're going to discuss. You're receiving the full rate confirmation, but please do not call the broker directly if you have any issues, because let's be realistic. Driver gets upset. He did not get detention. They're not loading him. And he calls, and a lot of times we lose temper, right? So instead of being polite and nice, sometimes I lose temper too, right? We go F-wording, we go screaming. So that's something you can put in your policy and make sure your owner operators agree that if he is going to reach out broker without your permission, first, he should be polite, right? He should be professional. Secondary, before he calls, if he has any problem with anything, he should make sure the dispatcher knows about problem. You as the owner of the company know about the problem, but not sending them rate confirmation. Guys, this is the first indication that you scamming them. So please, you know what? The purpose of me going and having my mission to get rid of desperate dispatcher, people who are cheating and lying to the drivers, people who are taking money from the rate confirmation. So let's be realistic. If you think you need more money to do a good job as a dispatcher, if you need more money to do a good job as a company, then raise your prices. So when people come to me, they say, well, Alex, in Chicagoland, everybody's charging 10%, 12%. Well, I am charging 15% if you are owner operator, but I do not steal money from you. So you'd better know that my dispatch, being responsible, my high rate per mile, yes, it is 15% worse of what I'm doing because I'm professional and people who work with me, they make more money. But if they gonna be not telling you, sending you rate confirmation, that's what they doing. Because you know what? Nowadays, it's so easy to switch those numbers in Adobe DC and everything else and wipe it down. And that's what's happening. So it's up to you, but that's my opinion. So let's go. Yes, thank you for clarifying that. Let's go back to this. If you are dispatching a company driver, as a dispatcher, you will need to ask your owner of the company which policy they have, what or the management, what do they want you to reveal to driver. And here we of course talking, are you gonna give him pickup address and delivery address? Of course. Are you gonna give him pickup number, BOL number, appointment times? Of course you're gonna be. But if he is a company driver who is getting paid again per mile, then he might not have the right to see the rate confirmation. He is an employee who works per mile, right? But here is a trick. Hi, Alex. Hi, Alex. Hi, Damalia. How's the business go? One of my successful dispatcher in Chicago. But if he is working on percentage, if he's working as a driver on percentage, because that's what's common right now in Chicagoland, right? They pay you 25. Actually, nobody pays 25. They pay you 30%, 35 from gross, or they pay you, per gross, let's say 30, 35%. So in this case, if the driver agreed to work with you per gross, does he has a right to see every rate confirmation? Again, going to honesty of the business. Of course he does. Let's say you're dealing with a driver who works on per week, right? So he had agreement, they pay him $2,000 per week. Do you have to send him the full rate confirmation? No, you don't. Okay, are we clear on this? I hope everybody understand this. And we're gonna continue. Well, let's see. What are you going to verify on the rate confirmation? Number one, the most important thing. You're gonna verify that carrier info is correct. MC, USDOT, and address. And you guys would think, why? Why should I verify? I was talking on the phone with them. Well, guys, brokers are humans. Brokers have not only, they don't have fuel loads. They might have 10 water loads coming from Indianapolis, going to Oak Creek, Wisconsin, right? 10 of them. He might make mistake and they can assign you the wrong rate confirmation. So whose job is this to verify that, yes, this is coming from Integrity Logistics. This is assigned to Tomelia Transportation, right? Tomelia Transportation with MC 5555555, USDOT 999999, located in Chicago, Illinois, right? Is that important to verify before you guys gonna continue? And we're gonna see some rate confirmations and we're gonna see some details. So this is the first thing. Verify the address and your MC, and this is correct carriers. Also, lots of carriers have the same names, right? Sometimes broker think that he was talking to, let's say, I don't know, American National Logistics, but maybe this is American National AA Logistics, because a lot of people have kind of the same name. So this is your job. Number one, you cannot go further until you verify this. Okay, what is the next step? Let's see. Number two, verify that rate you agreed is correct. And today, guys, I choose this rooster. He's kind of looking funny looking, right? Because I need to entertain myself. Look at the money, right? How often you think that you guys negotiated the rate, right? Happens all the time with me. We talk. I negotiate, and usually I push them higher. Then they send me rate confirmation, and it's still initial rate than they started with. So what do you have to do? Are you sign and send back, or do you need to make that phone call? Well, yes, you need to make that phone call, right? So, saying, for example, hi Ken, it's Alex Transportation. You know, you did honest mistake. Remember, we agree on a rate of 3,500, and somehow you still send me 3,100. Can you please resend me correct rate confirmation with the rate we agreed? Is that important to do that right away? Yes, that's important to do that right away, because if you did not pay attention and you sign and send it back, and then you did not pay attention till it was delivered, well, it might be too late, because 2 days goes by, 1 day goes by, and he says, I don't think we agreed to 3,500, right? Or maybe you misunderstood him, because, especially when you new guys, you get so excited. Oh, I asked him for 1,700. Maybe you thought that he's giving you 1,700, but he told me, no, I have to stick to my rate. But should I send you rate confirmation? And you're receiving rate confirmation and it's 1,400 because he never agreed. And you're gonna have that happening few times, because listening and hearing is actually two different things. You will need to train your ear, because a lot of times you're gonna think that you hear something that you want to hear. So that's the way for you to catch it. And for example, guys, if you made mistake and you still need those 1,700 and he is only staying to 14, this is the time to cancel the load and be honest. Say, you know what? I guess I misunderstood you. I thought that you agreed to my rate of 1,700. Unfortunately, I cannot do it for 1,400. Maybe I can help you a little bit and meet you at what, guys? 1,699, 1,675. You like that, right? My negotiation. Okay. Can you meet me in the middle? Yes, I could. 1,700, 1,699, right? Then we'll give them break 1,650. So if he really needs to move that load, he will agree. But let's say he did not. Is this good for your career? Because in the end of every day, what is important to do? Important to make sure that you get the load which best for your career. Not best for you because it was easy to book, not best to the brokers because they make money anyway. It has to be the best paying load for your career, for the company you work, for the owner operator. So this is our job and responsibilities. Okay, let's continue. We verify the address, we verify the NMC, we verify that the rate is correct. What else should we verify? Well, now this is the time to move down the rate confirmation and verify the dates for what? Pick up and drop off, appointment times. And guys, read this. If times are wrong or transit does not make sense, because again, you did not understood that he said 6 p.m. You thought the delivery was 6 a.m. I mean, you human guys, you should cancel the load, okay? Never agree to TBD, to be determined. Tamala is watching. She finished the class last March and she's very successful. She came actually from medical field. I remember Tamalia telling me I cannot do it. Months later, she was already running. She's very successful. So in a comment, Tamalia, if you have a chance, tell me how many times you had that happen. Then sometimes you did not hear them correct. Or let's put and be honest, guys, or they lied to you, right? Why? Why did they lie to you? Because they know if the transit is going to be too long, If you are pro dispatcher, are you gonna agree to this nonsense? No, you're not. So again, one more time, especially if you are dealing with strict shipper or receiving. TBD means to be determined. And yes, Tom Elliott confirmed it does happen. In this case, do you agree with me that if transit does not make sense, you'd better cancel that load? If TBD go into Walmart, CNS, Cisco, Target, Food Lions, Publix, McLean, those crazy strict facilities which have late fee, who are pre-booked for 2-3 weeks, what are you gonna do? Look at her. I'm canceling immediately. And why? Because that's what she learned in my class. If this is nonsense, you'd better it cancel. And I do not care if they're gonna be telling you, oh, we're gonna put you on a blacklist, we're gonna not give you loads, we're not gonna do this. You know what? In the end of the day, if TQL doesn't work with you for today, tomorrow, yesterday, believe me, they're gonna be working with you a week later. Again, you have all the rights to decline transit, which is different from what you discuss. That's why what you have to do, ask few times. Can you verify again what time I'm picking up, what time I'm delivering? And sometimes, believe me, they're gonna use military clock, which is okay for people from all over the world. But in America, you guys use IM, PM. Again, if you are outside of USA, IM in the morning, PM afternoon. Make sure you know that, right? What if it's 22:30? Well, that means it's 10:30 p.m. What if it's 00? Wow, that means it's midnight. But make sure you pay attention midnight or which date, Monday to Tuesday, or it's gonna be 00 already midnight of Tuesday to Wednesday. So that's why pay attention to the dates and time. TBD, I do not like to deal with. Again, usually to be determined, that's when we're talking with the really strict receivers and shippers, and probably they are overbooked. So I am giving them 10-15 minutes, and then I'm calling and saying, well, we need to dispatch the driver. Did you figure out that appointment? And if they cannot tell me appointment time, appointment number, confirmation, and I see that that's those strict facilities, I say, I'm sorry, guys, I am pro dispatcher. I am not gonna take the load with TBD for appointment. Okay? Do I have to be direct? Yes, I do, because what is my job, guys? My job is to protect my career from what? From sitting somewhere for a day or two, right? Because if they're not going to be able to make appointments, what's going to happen? Well, we're going to be losing money, because what they're going to give us? Layover $150? Wow, what is $150? Maybe $350, because I am a better negotiator, but still $350 is not even going to cover the pay for your driver. It's not going to ever pay for lost money revenue, right? And in my class, my students know approximately for driving, we're talking right now in this market, we are talking about 1,000 to 1,500 a day. For reefer, we're talking from 1,500 to 2,500 gross a day. For step deck flatbed, we're talking from 2 to 3,500 a day when the market is so strong. So, are you going to be a desperate dispatcher who's going to hoping for miracles? No, you took my class. You watch my videos, right? You becoming a member for my mentorship, for my YouTube. No, you're going to be professional dispatcher, because that's why I am taking time on my Monday, on my Sunday, on my Wednesday to make sure that we change trucking industry together. Let's continue. Now, let's go through all other things. Well, make sure we have a full information shipper receiver addresses, right? It's important. Not just, oh my God, shipper is Costco. Which Costco? What is the address? Receiver address. Well, what is the commodity? If it's reefer, what is the temperature? Do you have all the PO numbers, purchase order, PU, pickup, BOL, bill of landing numbers? Do you have appointments confirmation, the number which says this is your appointment for pickup, for delivery? Maybe it's first come, first serve from certain time, from 8 to 4, from 4 p.m. till 6 p.m., right? In class, we work with this all the time. We know what kind of shippers, receivers we have, and we know if that's strict, by window, or it's first come, first serve, or 24/7. But still, 24/7 is still can be tricky. 24/7, maybe shipping hours are gonna be the first shift, and receiving hours is the second. Wait, pallet count, case count, any special equipment request? Well, we need 53 drive-in with E-track, swing doors, and wooden floors. Is that something you need to pay attention and making sure that you are sending the right equipment? Yes, that's important. Any additional instructions for the driver? Well, let me give you an example. Pre-cool the trailer to minus 10 degrees. Wash out the trailer before you load the chicken or milk. Make sure that trailer, let's say dry van, is food grade trailer, right? Clean, no odor, no debris. Any driver assist, right? So if they're gonna say the driver must assist on unloading, well, did you ask that? Let's say you forgot to ask this. So are you going to sign the rate confirmation? No. Can you decide that by yourself? No, you cannot. You have to ask driver, right? So you're going to ask your driver, and you're going to ask how much he wants to be compensated. And then you're going to call broker and say, unfortunately, I did not verify that it's a driver assist, or maybe I didn't pay attention. Can we verify what has to be done? And when the broker going to tell you, well, this is the Christmas trees, 12 feet each, and your driver has to bring them to the end of trailer for Home Depot, Menards, or Lowe's, you need to ask your driver, right? And if the driver says, no way, I'm not doing this, because first, he's going to hurt his back. Secondary, he's like, no, I just not willing to assist. Can you still sign a rate confirmation or not be truthful to the driver and hope, well, you know what? I'm going to send him there because this load pays so much, because, who wants to deal with food drops and a driver assist? And then I am going to tell him that broker did not tell me the truth, or I misused, and I'm going to blame on a broker. Well, that's one scenario. Let's say it was not in a rate confirmation and you never asked the question. So here it goes back to you. Why didn't you ask the question? Are you professional dispatcher, or you just trying to book the loads? Well, you professional dispatchers. Let me have 1 second break, 30 seconds, and we're gonna continue. Okay, and we are back. I had to stream. I'm here. I had to adjust my light because, as I told you, I don't know, you cannot guys see me well. Sometimes the light is too bright outside. Well, anyway, you can hear me as long as you can see my screen. So let's go through some examples, right? So this is something I copy and paste from few rate confirmations. So let's talk about this. Let's say this note for dispatcher. Driver must secure load with E-track, six strap required to secure 6 pallets of cans to the side of the trailer without fail. Load bars and straps to prevent this load from shifting, no lumper fees. Very strict loading time and subject to fines. So let's look at it one more time. You as a dispatcher, you read all this, right? What's gonna happen? Well, you need to make sure that your trailer has E-tracks, right? Maybe you did not pay attention. Maybe you never asked about specifications for trailer. Now you receive rate confirmation. Well, that's good if you're lucky enough and you have E-tracks, right? But maybe you don't. What are you gonna do? And maybe you have E-tracks, but your driver only has what? Only has 4 straps instead of 6. So guys, can you still sign rate confirmation? No, you cannot sign rate confirmation, right? What are you gonna do? Well, you're gonna make sure you call the broker and you say, unfortunately, my trailer does not meet the criteria. I did not verify the specifications. Please, can you remove me from this load? Because, we do not have E-track, or maybe we don't have enough straps, and it's no way he can go and find those straps where he's located. It's not that easy. Okay? So, what else? Pay attention. Very strict loading time, subject to fines. What comes here in place? Well, making sure this is kind of drives me nuts, guys. Okay. I don't know. What comes in place here? Making sure that you count the transit and pickup time, right? That you close enough, because if he's gonna be late, the fines are gonna be hefty. Is that important to understand when you receive rate confirmation? So what should you do? Maybe you should look one more time on his location, on his HOS hours, right? But my students already know. They already gonna have that in their head. They already gonna know when he's delivering. They gonna know how far he is, and they gonna estimate. Of course, we don't have a crystal ball, but we're gonna try to be those super dispatchers, superhumans to estimate. And what is important for you to know? Well, again, how many hours are you gonna give for the truck to unload? Let's say it's by appointment. I am teaching for dry van at least 2 hours. For reefer, at least 3 hours. Then look at your deadhead and see, is the transit is possible? Is the transit and pickup is realistic? Can you make it? Because otherwise, what are you doing? You booking the load, which you're gonna not pick up on time. And who is gonna pay the fines? Your carrier, your company. And whose fault is that? Of course, not the driver, because he doesn't know what you're booking. Is it my problem as the owner of the company? Probably is my problem, because if I'm hiring not professional dispatcher or dispatcher who doesn't know the steps, it is kind of my problem, right? But guys, you want to become professional, so you're gonna make sure that you read this. Okay, let's continue. Different example. Here, driver must have straps and load locks to prevent load from shifting. Look at this. I highlighted what is more important. No lumper fees allowed. What does it mean? Well, that means that if your driver is gonna come pick up or unload, loading or unloading, and somebody's gonna ask him to pay lumper, and he did not call you, or he did not call the broker, and he did not verify that, what's gonna happen? Who is paying for this? Well, your company is paying for this, owner upper, because look, they know that lumper is not gonna be allowed. That means that they have agreement that this facility is not charging lumper. But how many times lumper services is going to say, oh, you want us to get unloaded? Pay $80. And you, as a responsible driver, you go pay. So as a dispatcher, do you need to tell this to your driver? Yes, you do. Okay. All accessorial charges must be pre-approved in writing. So again, as a dispatcher, what are you guys gonna do? You guys gonna make sure that you ask the broker, is that okay? The lumper charge is $250. What do? I like my drivers, before they pay lumper, always call the broker. They need to know the load number, right? So that's something we will need to give to the driver. I don't care if he's owner, operator, or company, so they know the load number. So they're gonna call Coyote, C.H. Robinson, some small company, brand new broker, and they're gonna say, well, I am on the load 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I need a lumper for unloading $175. And if they're gonna say yes, okay, are you gonna pay, or do you want us to give you the money? It's up to you, whatever's policy. This means it was approved, right? If you did not verify that by email, by the phone call, a lots of times you guys gonna have short pays. Okay, let's continue. This confirmation is for a dedicated truck, exclusive use of vehicle. What is a dedicated truck? What does it mean? Anybody? Star, Kin, Tamelia, what does it mean, dedicated truck? That means that we book and load exactly for this carrier, and we're not gonna be combining any other loads, right? And I don't care how many pallets are there. It can be only one pallet, right? But if they paid you for the dedicated load, that means you cannot put any partials. That means you cannot combine with any other loads. That's why they usually pay you higher rate. That's what means dedicated truck. Service delays may result in penalties. Again, service delays. What are they talking about? Pickup, delivery, right? For Reefer, moving in California, you need to make sure that you have California CARB certification, right? So you as a dispatcher, when you book in the loads to California, don't you need to know this? Yes, of course. And look at this. Driver must fax POD immediately after delivery. $25 fine per day for non-compliance. Well, driver is not really going to be faxing POD. He's going to take a good scan right after he unloaded, and he's going to email to you. And you as a dispatcher, you're going to send that to broker, and you're going to say, thanks for the load, clean BOLs, no OS&Ds, overage, shortage, or damage, right? We know that from the class. Thanks for the load. And you're going to do it immediately after delivery, because a lot of times factoring is going to pay you. And then, guys, you got short pay for $75, $200. Why? Because, of course, if they want to really stick to this rule, they're going to say, well, we put for you in a rate confirmation that we're going to charge you. Was it your fault? Yes, your fault. So that's why we're charging. I'm going to put a little promotion because I'm going to try to fix this camera. So let's see what else is coming up. Sorry, guys, for that. So I fixed it. I put the light and the camera is fixed. It just was bothering me. So let's go back. This was an example from one of the rate confirmation. Let's keep going. What else examples I'm going to give? Look at this. If a clear signed bill POD, and what is POD? Proof of delivery, is not submitted within 48 hours of delivery, a $100 fee may be assessed. Who has to pay attention to this? Me as an owner? No, you as a dispatcher, right? And you need to make sure that you are sending them POD within 48 hours of delivery, right? Look at this. This is also their comments, and it's a different broker. So the first one I just copy and paste from one of the broker. This is the comments for same load. And remember, guys, we were talking about this. Okay, so 100 fine will be accessed if micro point tracking is not accepted. Micro point tracking, not e-tracks. E-tracks are the metal holders for securement of the load. Can go horizontally, vertically, right? We already covered that in Saturday class. Everybody else from previous classes know that. Micro tracking, four-kite tracking. What is this? That means when they asking the phone number for your driver, they will send him link and he needs to accept it. Lots of times, if your driver did not accept the link before 2 hours he's picking up, they might cancel the load. And then driver drives to pick up and they say, well, this load is not available. Somebody pick up. You call the broker and you are so pissed. And then you start telling, well, this broker is not honest. He rebooked it. Well, guys, why? Because you did not do what they ask you to do. And we're not going to go in all this discussion today. Do I think they should be able to track their own cargo? Let's say sellers, buyers, brokers? Yes, they have 100% right. Insurance company also want to make sure that it's trackable. The other questions we have, should the company provide the driver maybe with extra phone? Guys, nowadays, if the driver is not comfortable with his personal data usage, or maybe he doesn't have a good quality phone, excuse me, but nowadays, you as a company can afford to give them device to use for pictures of BOL, for tracking, maybe even for backup ELD. So this is a different issue, but do they have rights to track their cargo? 100%. And I'm telling you that as the owner of the company, as the insurance agent, also a person who deals with the truck drivers all the time, I'm not going to do it. Picky owner operators, I don't care. Well, you don't care, go work somebody else. You don't care, don't get pissed when the load's going to get pissed. If you don't care and that's not you agreed, then don't tell me that they charge you $100. Okay? Look at the comment number 2. Weight is estimated. This is another big question, right, Tamelia? We talk about the weight and they tell us, oh, it's going to be 35. Okay, is pallets included? Yes, all included. Your driver goes and they put 45 on him, or 45 and a half, or 44. Driver calls you beyond pissed. Alex, you told me that it's going to be 34,000 on the weight. You told me it's going to be 41. Guys, let's be realistic. Read this. Customer reserves the right to load up to 45,000 without providing prior notice or additional pay. So, do you want to shoot the messenger? Do you want to get pissed at me? Yes, I do my best job. I ask multiple times, pallet count, how heavy? But I've been in this industry for long enough to tell you this. 80% of the time, whatever is on the rate confirmation or whatever they are promising you over the phone is not correct. And do they have right to scale up to maximum of legal weight? Yes, they do. Are you going to be able to go and get extra money? Well, sometimes if you're lucky, but most of the time, that's going to be a response. We have the right to load your truck to legal weight, right? Right. So let's start to get pissed at the dispatchers not doing their jobs. Guys, let's start to get pissed at brokers because they are not telling us the truth. But again, who told the trucking is truthful and honest business? Not me. That's what we're trying to do, but we're not there yet. Look at this. All Cummins loads require micropoint and all drivers info, that means name and number, supposed to be submitted to the broker. If no micro or driver info entered, the carrier will be removed. And a lot of times, guys, they will not even notify you. Why? Because they already booked the loan. Do they really care if you're going to be deadheading? Hopefully not 150 miles, right? So it's up to you. 150 will be deducted for each missed delivery unless valid receipts are provided at the time of mechanical breakdown. Let's talk about this. It's trucking. Breakdowns happen, right, guys? They understand that. But what most of them want, they want communication from you. Not 10 minutes before your appointment. Well, we're not going to be there today. We're going to be there on Thursday, 3 days later, because we had breakdown. Is that a good dispatching? No. Is that keeping on time of your transit? Is that problem solving? Remember the qualities for dispatcher? Multitasking, organizational skill, problem solving. This is a problem solving. And if you want to succeed, that's what you're going to do. Breakdowns happens. You will need to notify broker. You will need to change appointments. You will need to see how you can help your driver. Maybe calling with their road assistance, maybe finding the dealer, maybe even calling the dealer and begging them to take your truck in front of everybody because you are reefer and you have minus 10 degrees in summer. Maybe you're gonna call Thermo King or carrier. Maybe you will need to do all extra steps to make sure that your driver is safe, that cargo is not damaged. That's what makes us professional. But communication, if something like this happens, has to be done right away. That's why we have breakdowns. We are a company. We've been in business for a long time. Breakdowns happen. But do the broker block me? Do they really say, well, Alex, you know what? We're not going to give you loads. No, exactly opposite. They say, you know what, Alex? I appreciate the honesty. And I appreciate you solving this problem and giving me options. And by the options, that means this. You know what? We have a different truck who is going to pick up, but that's what it looks. That's actually realistic delivery. Actually, you know what? We're in a shop and it's gonna take for a long time, but we are working on renting the truck from Penske. Make sure you guys set up a national account with Penske. You think you're not gonna have breakdowns? Make sure you do it today. I mean, today is late, but tomorrow, if you already have UMC, even if you have one truck, set up the account. So this way, when you really need to rent the truck, you're already in a system. Your insurance verified, your MC verified, your safety verified. So that makes only 15 minutes phone call, paying with credit card, and you can be delivering that load with Penske truck. Okay? Don't wait till the last minute because that's not problem solving. This is preventive, kind of like preventive maintenance, right? Making sure that your company is set up for success. Okay? Dispatch starts October. No, actually, yes, it starts on the 17th. Next dispatch class on the 17th. So let's keep going. Are we clear on this? Are we clear? We are clear. Let's see a few more. I copy and paste for the real rate confirmation. Okay. Carrier is not responsible for no unloading charges. Carrier is not responsible for pallet exchange. So see, no driver assist. So if they are asking your driver to, thank you for catching that mistake. See, I did not update that on my StreamYard. Thank you so much. Yes, it's 17. If they asking your driver to assist, well, no, you should not assist because that was the agreement. But look at the special instructions. Truck must have air ride suspension, must have e-tracks present, must have wooden floors. So what are we talking here about? We're talking about drive-in with air ride suspension, the luxury ride for maybe beer or maybe furniture or maybe some glass jars or whatever it is. They want to make sure that cargo is prevented. So if you're gonna send them trailer which doesn't have air ride, which doesn't have e-track, and maybe instead of wooden floor, you are gonna send them metal floors, what are you doing? You punishing your carrier because you are sending the wrong equipment. He's gonna get there and they're gonna deny to load him. They're gonna reject trailer due to what? They're gonna reject him due to wrong equipment. And my girls and my guys in my class know how important it is to know your equipment, right? Empty scale ticket, e-tracks, wooden floors, plated trailer, what year is his trailer, what year is his truck and trailer, right? Where is he's going, where he's not going. It's not just to know your equipment, but also your driver, right? Is he gonna be assist? So all of that you're gonna learn before you're gonna start dispatching people. And if you did not do this yet, make sure you do it tomorrow, guys, because this is important. Okay. And 6 straps to secure the load. Again, if you have a track, which question you're gonna ask? You're gonna ask your driver how many straps he has. And look at this. These are the must that need to be present in order to run freight for this customer. Well, let's see. Now you are a smart dispatcher. You did not pay attention to all of this. You send the wrong equipment. Now your driver wants you to get truck order not used, right? He's like, come on, Alex. I drove there. They don't want to load me. It's your fault. Tell the broker to pay me truck order not used. What do you guys think? Is that going to happen? Can Crystal Star, do you think this is something now you can request just because you did not pay attention to details in the rate confirmation? Whose fault is this? Well, if this is your company driver, you will pay out of your pocket. You lose in the day, you lose in the transit, right? Yeah, no way, exactly, no way anybody gonna give you truck order not used if you send the wrong equipment. Okay. Another thing is, let's say that broker put van or reefer. That happens a lot. That happens a lot. You have a reefer. In this case, usually it's problem with the reefer. You send the reefer and they cannot load the reefer because maybe the pallets are double stacked. They are too tall, right? Remember, girls and boys? Space saver. If you want to make sure you can double stack the dry goods, make sure you have space saver. Whose fault is this? And rate confirmation said van or reefer. Well, in this case, if the shipper tells you, well, we never load reefers, but your broker confirmation said van or reefer, now you're going to get truck order not used because you sent the reefer, which was disclosed on the rate confirmation. Broker did not do his job. He thought it's van or reefer. That's why here, guys, one more time. If you ever working with a reefer and you're gonna take dry goods, this is a question you're gonna ask. Are you sure it can be loaded on the reefer? And a lot of times they're gonna say, well, as long as you can scale the weight. Well, what is the weight then? 45 and a half. Really? Kind of high for the reefer. Does that include the pallets? Oh no, pallets not included. Okay, now you cannot even send the reefer. But let's say everything works good. And You have to pay attention to the weight because reefers they cannot scale more than 44.5, and especially if we talking about pallets and everything else. So who needs to pay attention to this? And do you really think I trust brokers? If I know the facility and I know for a fact that we are taking those loads all the time, yes, I will trust them, but not that often. I will still call the shipper and I am gonna ask them before my driver's gonna be driving there, wasting his time and fuel and staying without load later. I'm gonna ask, guys, actually, I am sending a reefer to you. Can you please verify if that's okay to load the reefer? And if the shipper is gonna tell you, yes, we are loading reefers, then go ahead and send reefers to pick up those heavy water loads, to pick up those heavy beer loads, to pick up those paper rolls, right? Because first, they are heavy for reefers. Secondary, what else, guys? You're already almost professionals. What if you were delivering minus 10 degrees? Can you take the paper load? If you were delivering minus 10 degrees, 0, 5, because you're gonna have wet walls. Is that smart dispatching? No. Paying attention to details, knowing your equipment, that's what's gonna make you a pro dispatcher. That's when carriers gonna love working with you. And that's what I am preaching and trying to give you all this information. And that's why I'm going to go in live to explain more in details, because I want you not to make mistakes. I want you to learn the information and use it so your drivers can benefit. Okay, let's move on. We have a few more. Oh, it's already 7:07, but we're gonna finish today a little bit longer than hour. Let's see. And another rate confirmation. I don't know the. Oh, actually, see the broker FWF. Probably is a short for something. Carrier must update via email with pickup and delivery. See, they don't want you to call. They want to make sure we are at pickup, we are at delivery. Okay. Carrier must ensure all items on BOL are loaded, unloaded properly before departure. Okay, whose job is it? Does driver needs to make sure that load is secure before he closes the doors? And we discuss all the things we have to tell the driver and what verification we want to have for sure in place in our classes. All loads are what is it? A driver load and count. So driver is responsible to make sure if he had 5 POs and it was supposed to be 24 pallets or 22 pallets or double stack 52 pallets, he needs to make sure he does what? Verifies that info before he leaves. Let's say something doesn't make sense. What is the driver's responsibility? To contact you. What is your responsibility as dispatcher? To contact the broker. Problem solving together as a team. Okay, carrier must verify pickup delivery with shipper receiver upon signing BOLs. Do not shift any freight. Load is dedicated unless specified otherwise. Dedicated unless specified otherwise. Again, if it's partial, then yes, you can combine with something else. But if it's not specified as partial, it is assumed to be dedicated. Driver care must allow to micropoint the truck before pickup and in transit with request. Got it? Got it. Few more and we will be done. Look at this. Rate confirmation. This load may not be double brokered. What is double brokerage? Well, I am booking the load under my MC, Alex Transportation. Star is calling me. She just opened her company. Let's say a week ago she got active. Nobody wants to give her load. She's calling me and say, Alex, come on. I sign up for your safety class. I sign up for your dispatch class. My husband signed up. I even a member on your YouTube. Alex, can you help me out? Can you book the load under your MC and my truck is gonna deliver, and I am even gonna give you money for that, so it's good for you, it's business, right? And what's happening, guys? Lots of people do that because they say, oh, let's help each other, right? Or maybe they just want extra money. Right now, we see this all the time happening with Amazon, right? They book 20, 30 loads. They only have 10 trucks. And what do? They double brokering to other companies, maybe, who did not click fast enough on that Amazon, right? Is that legal? Is that a good practice? Well, guys, this is illegal. Your load is not going to be covered because it was booked under my MC. If something's going to go wrong with that transit, with that cargo, with that truck, is my insurance or Star Insurance is going to cover? No way. This is double brokering. When brokers somehow will find out, because sometimes your driver checks in with a Star, for example, transportation, but it's supposed to be Alex transportation, shipper or receiver can report you and say, well, it's not your truck. It's actually was delivered by different company, different MC, right? That's double brokering. So they might refuse to pay you. They might report you to carrier guard and they might not work with you. You can do it once, you can do it twice, you can do it 10 times and get lucky. You can be doing this honest business for years and years and years. I have a lot of people who do that. But again, this is illegal. Double brokering is illegal. And for new students, make sure you pay attention. Double brokering, it's a different thing than what? Than blind shipment. Blind shipment is legal. You just need to know how to handle paperwork. And for people who did not watch my videos, we have a really good explanation about blind shipment. So let's continue and finish up this trip. Okay, what else? All overage shortage damage must be reported to broker immediately, right? At the time of occurrence. Guys, not 2 days later, not after you left to the next pickup, right away. How are we going to do that? By doing a simple policy. Make sure that driver sends you all BOLs after he's unloaded and you check, right? If that's during the night and let's say he's going to next pickup and you did not answer or company does not have the night shift, then explain to the driver, hey Mike, hey Andre, hey Alex, hey Ken, make sure you double check. There is no OS in these, no overage, no shortage, no damage, and then move on. So again, what are we talking about? We're talking about teamwork. And again, it doesn't matter if you're a company driver, if you're owner operator, if you my husband, if you my friend, if you my neighbor, the rules are the same. Because if you want to succeed in trucking, that's what you're gonna do. You cannot hear me. Okay, can you hear me now? Hopefully you can hear me now. Let me know, Tamelia, if you can hear me. Okay, carrier must report any delays and interruptions immediately. Immediately. So, what does it mean? Again, maybe you have breakdown. Maybe you miscalculated this HOS hours. Are you gonna sit there and pretend that, let's hope for the miracle? No, make sure you reach out and say, you know what? ETA, estimated time of arrival is going to be 3 p.m. instead of 1 p.m., especially if you're dealing with a strict shipper and receiver. Okay? What else? If any delays exist, carrier must call, right? And look at this, at least 1 hour after time of scheduled appointment and report a delay. Actually, if any delay, must call broker 1 hour after time. That doesn't make sense. See, I copy and paste. That doesn't. You should call at least 1 hour before the delays, right? To reschedule. Detention. Detention time will begin 2 hours after scheduled appointment time. Okay, let's continue. Few more slides and we're gonna be done for today. I hope you guys learning things, right? I hope you really understand this. TQL. Who works with TQL? Well, this is rate confirmation, right? They're gonna send you rate confirmation, which is gonna have only the city. We look at this without exactly address, and then after they're gonna verify equipment type, talk to your driver, or sometimes they're gonna say when he's empty, he has to call for dispatch. They're gonna send you details for the driver details sheet. Do you need to know? You need to know this, right? So let's look. Orlando, Lexington, Kentucky. What kind of equipment? Van or reefer? Look at the size. 48 of 53, right? Not hazardous materials. First come, first serve. On the pickup in Orlando from 8 to 5. But look at the Lexington, Kentucky. Strict delivery. Appointment is 8 a.m. Okay, pallet exchange none. Unloaded none, or with valid unloading receipt. Estimated weight is 30,000. Again, look at this estimated. Stop killing your dispatchers, because as again, we don't have a crystal ball, and a lot of times they're not telling us the truth. So let's look at the notes. Late delivery may result in non-payment of freight charges. Special damages gonna be applied. Includes but not limited to freight charges for expedite shipment, packaging material, additional labor charge, storage, spoiled product, loss of sale. All of this when you guys gonna be dealing with damage of the goods, rejection, right? And be utilized as a result of late delivery. Rate includes all accessorial fees. So nothing included here. So that means he probably not going to have lumper, right? So somebody asked me a question. What happened when you are late for drop off or pickup? Again, if no communication was done between you and the broker, if you waited till the last minute and you did not call them, they will charge you late fee. Let's say I work a lot with reefers, right? So if you late for facilities like Americold, US Cold Storage, or if you are late for, I don't know, some of those cold facilities, they will charge you fee. And fee is $150 to $250. Let's say Cisco, Riverside Cisco, their late fee is $500 for delivery if they were not notified 24 hours prior. CNS late fee is $250. So in this case, if you late and you know that you late and you did not discuss it with a broker, who is going to be responsible for this? You. They're gonna send you revised confirmation with a late fee. And a lot of times drivers get so happy. Oh, the broker gave me the comp check for the late fee, $250. You know why the broker gave you comp check? Because he needs to make sure you still pick up the load. He is gonna deduct that from the rate confirmation. Even if your factoring paid you the full rate confirmation, 30 days later, 45 days later, 60 days later, that's when you receive in short pay. Due to what? Because you were late, because was no communication. How can we work on this? Again, problem solving, being honest. And hopefully, a lot of times it can be waived, but a lot of times it's not. So again, if you know that the charge is going to be $250 and you know for sure that your transit is not possible, maybe that's time for you to cancel the load right there. Don't even send your driver to keep going. So that's what happens. They will charge you fee. If you did not communicate, if you did not give any, because if you know that you had breakdowns and you gave them receipts, well, they're not going to charge you. They're not even going to charge you a scheduling fee. They will work with you, right? So what else? Let's see. I think we have a few more. TQL says, because lots of you guys are going to work with TQL, lots of loads, especially in the beginning. So TQL tells you that they must approve all accessorial terms and charges in advance in writing. Again, lumpers, unloading, you need to ask when you book it, is there gonna be any lumper? What should we accept for the what should be we getting for lumper fee? How much is gonna be lumper fee, right? So you at least know, okay, it's gonna be between 100 to 150. So if that's that range your driver's telling you, that's probably it's approved. But if they told you it's gonna be 150 and you get and they want you to pay $350, you as a dispatcher or you as a driver, you have to like, something is not right here. Let me call TQL or Coyote or CH Robinson or Alex Brokerage and verify, is that really 350? And if I'm going to tell you yes, go ahead and pay it or ask me to give you the code, right? Look at this. Payment of detention is determined on a load by load basis. I believe Jose was asking me in our mentoring program, and he did ask me, oh, maybe on last life, I don't remember, but I know that was from Jose. He's a student in my class now. He's like, I had detention 45 minutes. How can I fight about it? And he said, is the policy the same for every broker? No, guys. Detention, layover, assisting, it's always different. We have some standards, but it goes by load, So what does it mean? That means that, for example, maybe for dry loads, they do not do detention, 3 hours, unless otherwise or agreed to in writing, right? So if it was more than 3 hours, they're gonna pay. Lots of time on the produce loads, they never pay. They say detention are not gonna be paid on the produce loads. If you guys work with the reefers, right? By the time they're gonna pick up all those cherries or watermelons, they're not gonna pay you, even if you sit there till the next day. If you sit till the next day, they're gonna give you layover, but they're not gonna pay you detention unless you discuss that. And if you know that receiver is not as good, maybe you should say no, or you should have that in writing. So you should say, can you please put it in a rate confirmation that after 2 hours, after 3 hours, you guys are going to pay detention. Again, as the rates are the same, the rates are different because all the brokers are different, right? Okay, what else? To qualify for additional compensation, carrier must notify TQL at least 30 minutes before beginning detention. How important it is. You there for hour and a half. You have no dock. Do you need to call and tell them that? Actually happens today. My driver had appointment 2 o'clock. At 3:45, he said me, well, I have no dock. It's actually cold storage in Bolingbroke. Appointment was till 2 p.m. What did I have to do as a dispatcher? First, I asked him, did you ask what's going on? Maybe they have too many trucks. He's like, no, not really many trucks. They told me just to wait in the truck. First, I email broker. I said, well, we are approaching 2 hours after pickup. We are not getting a dock yet, or they're not starting. Okay, so I notified her. She tried to call. Hours goes by. Again, it's already 3 hours, but he's a reefer. Do I have to send her a request again? Yes, I did. But also, what did I have to do? I had to call Bolingbroke Cold Storage, tell them the dock, because finally they gave him the dock, but they did not start loading him, and just start telling them, guys, we're going to East Coast. I have to deliver this load at 6 a.m. in Massachusetts. We checked in hour early. We were on time. You have already more than enough hours to start. You gave me the dock for my driver. What is the problem? Because if you guys not going to load me in the next 30 minutes, I will be taking my truck away from you, because otherwise what's going to happen? I am not going to have enough time to make the transit. And when they hear that, sometimes they're like, yeah, let us see what's going on. What do you think? Well, the driver was loaded 15 minutes later. So whose job is this? Of course, as a dispatcher. And again, as I teach in my class, sometimes you have to feel who you're talking to. But that's what that means in and out times, right? Look at this. You need to make sure that shipper and receiver puts in and out times for you to get detention. Okay, can we receive this video, please? Alexander, how are you going to receive the video if they are all on the YouTube all the time? You can watch them. That's in Monday show. It's going to be posted after the live is ending. You know that. Let's pay a few more details to Reefer. Look at this. Reefer, 34 degrees. Palletized dairy foods, right? Dairy foods, all milk, butter, right? Trailer must be clean, empty, fueled. Fueled. Are they worried about your truck? No, they worry about your reefer unit. And 2 load locks prior to arriving to the shipper. Has to be delivered to on time. Report any issues ASAP to this number. Make sure that seal matches BOL. Ooh, let's talk about this. Seal matches BOL. So whose responsibility is this? Can you control that as a dispatcher? Not really, but you for sure have to tell the driver, make sure every time you receive the BOL and every time they put the seal, before you leave in a hurry, you double check that that seal and the number on BOL is the same. Do people make mistakes? Yes, they make mistakes. Do drivers are in hurry because when you sit for 4 or 5 hours, you just want to get out? Do drivers sometimes don't pay attention to how many pages they have? They gave 5, they receive back 2, they just keep going. Guys, as a driver, it's also part of your job to check BOLs, PODs, and be as a team. You want us to be professionals? You want us to get you that magical $5 per mile all the time, right? Not happening because thread lines are less, but still, you want me to do my job. You want me to make sure you get paid on time. Then you have to be working with me as a teammate, not against me. So let's see. We have a question. What happens when you are late for drop off and pick up? I think I already answered that. They're going to be light charges. What else? BOLs must be submitted ASAP. Any receipts associated must be submitted ASAP. Any lumbers, any washouts. So you have to submit. We almost done, guys. This one. Remember last time we were talking about those bulk potatoes. Who loves bulk potatoes? I know Krista loves bulk potatoes. Alexandra loves bulk potatoes because they know how to calculate them, right? But look at this. This is a rate confirmation, which tells you that that's what's going to pay you $9.18. And you need to make sure that you put on your truck 850 bags, 50-pound bags, right? This is a rate confirmation. And look at this. Price is only an estimate. Actual payment will be dependent on actual amount hauled. Amount of what? Of bags. We discussed this last time, right? You need to pay attention how many bags they want you to haul. And if your driver says, oh, I am a smart owner operator, I'm not going to kill my baby truck, my trailer, I am going all the way from Idaho to East Coast through all those mountains, I am just going to take 700 bags. And he's hoping that he's going to receive still this money. Is that going to happen? No. And we discussed this last Monday. For people who did not watch, make sure that you watch it. Thank you guys for watching all this. I appreciate all of you. Let's see. All appointments times are firm. Check calls are due daily but 9 a.m. because we are talking now about cross country all the way from, and this load, I know it was from Washington and it was going all the way to Buffalo, New York. We're talking about 4 or 5 day transit. So if you have the long distance, what do you need to make sure? Well, you need to make sure that you give them update by 9 a.m. every day, right? Unloading can take up to 5 hours. Look at this. Don't you need to pay attention when you book in that next load? They are telling you right here. And Armstrong received the rights to fine for missed appointments and missed check calls. Any questions or problems, call ASAP. They telling you right here, they have the right to charge you. Whose job is this to read all this? You guys, you, my future professional stars, because I am teaching you this. Make sure this is a lot of information you need to relate to your driver. You need to kind of investigate. Can we do this? Is that possible, right? Look at this. Reefer temperature set accordingly to shipper or BOL instructions. Number one mistake for people who are working with the reefers, because a lot of times, what do? Well, you guys are not paying attention to this. Look at this one more time. Temperature always gonna go by shipper or by BOLs. Never by rate confirmation. If from today you're gonna only remember this, it's gonna save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Because when you have a claim with produce or any refrigerated food due to not correct temperature, the claims and fights between whose fault it is always gonna go back to bill of lading. On bill of lading, that's why whose job is this to verify what temperatures should these onions be at. Yes, as a dispatcher, you're gonna verify that. You're gonna see the rate confirmation, but you're gonna advise your driver, make sure you double check. And I can tell you this, guys, I love my drivers. I love working with owner operators, but I know the human nature. And sometimes, I don't care if you had 10 years of experience, 15, I need to save my company. So, you know what I do? All my produce guys, all my reefer guys, they cannot leave facility unless I see the first page. And I am going to verify one more time. It takes them 30 seconds. But what does it do? It prevents liability and cargo claims, because I am going that extra step, extra mile to do what? To make sure that my carriers succeed, to make sure that I am as a company not going to lose my MC, to make sure that I am not going to give them no reason to charge me for something, right? That's what I am doing as a professional dispatcher. What else? Let's see. Oh, look at this. You must hold 900 bags or equivalent if you are flat back, step deck, and Conestoga. Why did it change? Look at this, 850 to 900. And students from my class already know why. Because flatbed, step decks, they can do what? They can scale more than reefer, than drive-in. So see, if you know it's going to be flatbed or step deck, first you're going to ask if that has to be tarped, right? And you're going to make sure you're going to tell your driver to scale at least 900 bags to take and check BOL. And if they give him BOL and they say, we don't have enough product, and they're going to just put 750 bags, can he just start driving? Or you need to notify the broker and get his permission, right? And get his permission and make sure that that's okay for you to keep going. And the rate is going to stay the same. That's why when you're dealing with potatoes, onions, carrots, I don't care if they are bulk, I don't care if they're in bags, usually negotiate the flat rate and then know the minimum weight you need to take. That's the way you should work with this. And again, all of them. Do you see how many brokers are telling you micropoint is required? Failure to accept tracking is a result of $100 deduction. Okay? Let's see this. One more. Cheese, tracking through the application, tracking tools is required for this load. So we have a different tracking. We have Forkite, we have tracker tools, we have micropoints. So they have different apps, and nowadays they're adding more and more apps, right? So make sure it's happened. All trailers must be food grade, clean, dry, odor, and damage free. Look at this, guys. Meaning of the food grade trailer. And again, food grade trailer is not just for carrying food. Food grade trailer, that means that any trailer you're dealing with is clean, dry, odor, and damage free, right? Okay. Tender weight does not include pallet weight. Gross weight may vary. See, does not include pallet weight. So don't you need to ask how many pallets? And what is the weight of the standard pallets? 50 to 60 pounds, right? If they are standard. For all temperature control loads, the reefer is required to be run on the continuous settings and must be pre-cooled prior to arrival to the shipper. So here you go, my reefer stars, right? What has to happen? Well, you need to know what to pre-cool trailer to, right? And you have to tell the driver. Do you need to double check with him after he get loaded? Well, Mike, well, Ken, did you set this to continue setting, not to stop and go? Why? Again, because you're trying to save this carrier. And all other things. Temperature control shipments. Driver must follow temperature listed on BOL. Listed on BOL. One pick, one drop. Look at this. I'm very cold. Late charges all the time. Usually they take forever. Look at this, guys. They say, wait, all carriers and drivers are responsible to verify that they are within DOT regulations. What are they doing now? Well, they putting it in your corner. If you are overweight and you decide to go, don't blame the broker or shipper or receiver. You should know that legal weight is 80,000. You should know empty scale ticket. And if you decide to go and you're overweight and you got stopped and you got ticket or whatever, whose fault is this? Yours as a dispatcher, as a driver, because you need to know DOT regulations, pick up instructions, trailer age and conditions, right? Look at this. Trailers must be clean, no odor free. No damaged trailer accepted. Here, pay attention, especially for reefers a lot of times. Unit must be less than 10 years old and can download temperature information which requested. So for my students who were taking class on Saturday, do you understand now why we were paying attention? Is a downloadable trailer, right? What year is the trailer? Because that's what it says there. If you're gonna send them the trailer which is not downloadable, if you're gonna send them the trailer and they're gonna verify right there, the shipper, that it's older than 10 years old, what's gonna happen? They're gonna reject your trailer due to wrong equipment. Is the driver has the rights to be pissed at you? Yes, now he's officially has the rights to be pissed at you. Are you gonna get compensated from the broker? No, no way you're not gonna get compensated. So am I helping you to pay attention to this and how important it is? That's why look at the time. We already 1 hour 40 minutes because I really, really want to finish this. Again, what is a bill of lading? This is the document which has itemized commodities, whatever is put. It's going to have weight, it's going to have case count, it's going to have POs. Pay attention. If it's 2, 3, 5 POs, make sure that your driver has all those POs. After you deliver and you have no OS&Ds, it becomes proof of delivery. That's what you guys going to submit for accounting, right? And again, you had a rate confirmation. You agreed to a rate of $5,000. We call it RC, load tender, freight movement, load agreement, load confirmation. I don't know, whatever the names they come up with. In the end of the day, it's still contract, legally binded contract between broker and carrier to do only one thing: to pick up and deliver goods on time and timely manner, and making sure that it's not going to get damaged in transit. The moment you're going to put that commodity on your truck and you close the door and you put that seal, it is your liability until you're going to unload and now you have empty trailer. So I want you to understand liability for you as a dispatcher, as a driver, as a carrier. But also pay attention to this. Let's say something changed. You pay the lumper. They need to give you detention. You had to wait an extra day because product was not ready, or maybe you took that desperate load, TBD determined, right? To be determined appointment in Food Lions in North Carolina. Well, good luck to you. Now they're gonna give you layover. Oh my God, how much? $150. Oh my God, good job. Late fee, right? Somebody asked me, your truck was late because you did not calculate deadhead, or you did not pay attention when he's delivering. Who is gonna pay? They're gonna deduct. Or maybe you were a recovering truck and they know that they're gonna pay late fee, but they ask you to pay and they're gonna reimburse you. Maybe you had to pay gate fee. Maybe you had to wash out trailer. Remember, you have to negotiate that before you sign the rate confirmation while you're on the phone. Extra pick, drop, redelivery, truck order not used because it was not your fault, driver assist, which was not discussed but now it's added, pallet exchange, tolls, anything else. You will ask for revised rate confirmation. So rate confirmation, if something changed, is gonna become revised rate confirmation. The best revised rate confirmation I ever had, actually, guys, it was extra $100 given to my driver to doing a good job. He did not have to assist. He just was a polite guy, and the broker said, you know what? The shipper and the receiver were so pleased with his personality and he did an awesome job that I am willing to add him, and I have to find it. I think I still have that rate confirmation, and he put extra pay for driver for doing a good job. And that's what I hope and you guys gonna see more often, because you guys gonna do your job. We're gonna finish in 30 seconds. One more time. Post your truck, call about posted load, negotiate and verify all the details before you sign. Dispatch the driver, monitor your transit. I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully you guys gonna be confident because you are professionals with a history of hauling freight. Remember, even if you just finished the class, you guys know so much information that sometimes you're way better than some dispatchers who've been doing it for a long time. And you have to tell them that yes, they can trust your company, they can trust your driver, because you guys gonna do a good job. And again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys go to our website, to our Facebook. Make sure you sign up for mentoring. Again, mentoring is already going on. We are adding students. If you ever been a student of ours or you in a class right now, you can sign up. We even added an option for people who never took our class but who are in this industry. And of course, it is gonna be a little bit higher because we love our students, so they are getting special promotions. And I'm very lucky that today we have our first members after launching our YouTube membership. And again, as I told you, we are working on getting our nonprofit organization, which I want to make sure that it's going to be another mission in my life, and it's going to be education and empowering people. And I think the name is going to be Empower Through Education, because with education, you can achieve a lot. And one more time for people who not sure about our mentoring, here's the prices. So it's $69. You can cancel in any time with a request. It's 2 extra trainings on Tuesdays, and we go for 2 and 3 hours and we discussing all the other things. We have annual plan where you can save money, or for people who never been in our classes, they can join us as well. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all this. And of course, our Monday mornings you can watch live. And after this is going to be the last, which is going to be available for everybody to watch, because I am on a mission to work with people who really want to succeed. So it's going to be available for members, and then you. So the membership is like $3.99 a month. $3.99 is not going to change your lifestyle, but $3.99 can give life changing to somebody who cannot afford this, somebody who may be benefit of getting our class, somebody can maybe put the food on their table. So if you want to succeed, when you get to certain level, start helping everybody else. And here I am again, Alex, and I'm sorry about my camera not working that proper. I think because of not enough lighting, I need to make sure I adjust for the next time. I am not used to the full settings. Love you all. See you soon. And again, guys who are in my class right now, girls, you will be receiving homework in the next 30 minutes. Love you. Make sure to sign up for safety classes in October, the last class for this year. And then we're not going to have the safety till end of February. So make sure you do not miss the opportunity. Freight brokerage was moved to December because we had a lot of students who just finished the classes and who are in the class right now because they sign up for safety, they sign up for IFTA. So they ask Alex, can you move the freight brokerage? So that's why for people who already sign up, we all agree that we're going to do it in December. So if you are ready to become freight brokerage, you can do it. Thank you again. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Share the love, share our lives, and be professionals. And what is the code again for that? The code is 2017475. Again, if you haven't seen, you can just click, and I'm gonna put. I think we have promo all the time. You can go to our look at this. So guys, if you ever want to find something, you can always go to our website, right? So if you want to see our classes, here is all our classes. Look at this. I was working hard on it. It took me 3 hours one night. I was sitting until 3 in the morning to make sure that I am flying out there. Registration, all the classes, dispatch, IFTA, open company, personal business consultation. Guys, make sure if you have some problems or you trying to grow, make sure you get a consultation, because believe me, that consultation is never, it's like $149. It's never an hour. You know me, I go way beyond on my time making sure that you succeed. But that's something, if you're not sure you want to open company yet, if you're struggling with something, if you need improvement, you can do that. Mentorship is right here. And again, here's all the pricing. See, this is a kind of things we're gonna go over, but I am adding every time extra stuff, right? Our partners right here. So if you would like to get the that, click here, that power, that edge. Again, the price is gonna go up in November. And if you are independent dispatch, you need to call them and mention the code, because independent dispatch cannot sign up online. If you're looking for EOD, here's our partners for EOD. If you're looking for TMS, there's our partners. Then we have factoring, right? Lots of you know that I'm agent for RTS. Then we have services. Open dispatch, open company. I actually had 3 clients this week opening their company. So we have different packages. And also we have factoring. What else? And we have dispatch services. And of course, we have all of you guys, right? With all the reviews from our classes, and we adding them, and you can read all of these reviews. And if you guys have been my student and you got busy or you forgot to put reviews, I would appreciate it. So thank you so much. Love you all. and see you soon. Do you sell the maps? No, I do not sell the maps. I probably should sell the maps. So choppy, okay. No, not yet. So I do not sell the maps, but you know what? Dr. Glock and Crystal and Tomalia and Dania, no way. You know what I'm gonna sell? I think I found the partner. I found the partner, and we're gonna sell special product, white labor for dispatch training center for energy, stress, muscle ache, with CBD. So I am working on a new project. I've been using it. Actually, do you see my level of energy today? Instead of drinking coffee, I took energy CBD pill and my back has been hurting. I love the product. So I am going to get the white label with them. And I think this is a great product for drivers on the road because remember, we have to make sure that we can pass drug test, but it can help with a backache. It can back with a stress level, with energy. So I do believe that sometimes we need some extra product to keep us going. So that's something new and it's going to come up pretty soon. Working on the name, I don't know. Maybe I should call it Sassy Dispatch CBD. I don't know, but I'm just joking. Anyway, love you guys. Again, you amazing. And without you, I cannot keep going. Yes, Crystal. Yes, you laughing, but you know what? When you try that energy CBD little gummy bear, you're gonna be like me. Going. Just kidding. But that's something we are working on. Thank you again. Subscribe, follow us, leave the review. So if I did not see your review, but you already took my class, that means that I need some love back. So please go back, give us honest review, share the knowledge, and share the love. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Love you.